Hello everybody, and today we are discussing why our holidays make absolutely no sense whatsoever. I am Zach Ballore, and I will be your host today, I don't know. So here's what I have for you guys. I don't have a script to read off of right now, but if you think about the holidays, the time of holidays for us, it's just kind of like, why? Why do we celebrate them in the way that we do? Let's take it the number one holiday that's celebrated probably around the world. And I'm not going to touch on anything. I'm only going to touch on the big holidays. I'm not going to touch on like every single holiday that we possibly have. So anyway, the number one thing that's probably celebrated around the world is Christmas, okay? And Christmas is about, well, like, how the three wise men gave Jesus presents when he was born and stuff like that. That's like the reason behind it. But why do we celebrate it by getting presents? Because if you think about it, you basically just tell your parents really expensive things that you want, and then they buy you them as presents. Why? Like, it's just kind of weird, because any other day you'd walk up to them and give them a list of stuff you want. They'd be like, yeah, we're not going to get you this stuff, it's too expensive. But near Christmas, you can do that, and they'll be like, okay, and they'll go shop for it. Why? I mean, you're basically being rewarded for just acting the way you're supposed to. I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know if that necessarily needs to be celebrated by presents. Don't get me wrong. My parents or anybody else's parents that are watching, kids and adults love Christmas, and we don't want to get rid of it. It's just kind of weird how we celebrate it. Another holiday that we celebrate it really weirdly is Halloween. I'm not even quite sure why we celebrate it anyway, but yeah, I'm just gonna give you the basically how what it is, So here's how I'm not exactly sure why we celebrate it, but here's what we do while we celebrate. We dress up in costumes from stuff that we want to be for our enjoyment, walk up to strangers' house, knock on their door, and ask them for candy. Why? Why in the world would you ever do that? On any other day, if you walked up to somebody's house and went trick-or-treat, give me chocolate, they would you're really weird, go away. But on that one day of the year, you're allowed to do that. Let's say you do that in June. I dare you. Walk up to somebody's house in a costume in June, knock on their door, and ask for candy. I want to see the response you get. Because that is the most ridiculous thing ever, and I don't even know why we celebrate it. We just kind of do, because it's awesome. Why? And another holiday is Thanksgiving. It's to celebrate giving thanks, and, the Pilgrims had a meal with the Indians and stuff. But, again, if you think about it, you go out and buy 11 tons of turkey and ham and stuffing and stuff like that and eat it all in one day. Why? Why? It's a very abnormal amount to eat. If you just eat that on a regular amount on any other day, people would say, wow, how aren't you fat? Because that's a lot of food you just ate. But on Thanksgiving, they're like, nah, you're okay. Why? I don't understand. It's and how does gorging yourself with food have anything to do with being thankful for pilgrims? Are you being thankful that you have enough money to pay for all that food? And, even so, let's say if you're poor, or, not, cripplingly poor, just you don't make as much as normal people do. So you might not have enough money to pay for all that, even if, most people's, for Thanksgiving, somebody buys something and then another family member buys something. But even so, if your family's poor and you can't afford to do that, on any other day of the year, you'd be just like everybody else. But on this specific day, you're really weird because you don't eat 11 tons of food. Why? Why? It just doesn't make any sense. Let's talk about 4th of July. If you think about it, that's the day that our country became a country. It's the day that the America was born. So we celebrate it by pulling out lawn chairs or sitting in picnic stuff, looking up at the sky at night and watching them fire up fireworks that explode in the air and cause smoke to go everywhere. How is that celebrating America's birthday at all? Shooting fireworks up in the sky and having a birth of a country. How do those two things relate in any way? They don't. It's just really weird. Why would you ever do that? On any other day, if you shot up fireworks, let's say if it's, I don't know, in November, and you shot up fireworks, people are like, what's wrong with you? But, no, if it's around 4th of July, they're like, oh yeah, you can do that. Why? What's the point? You're just polluting the air. and you eat hot dogs and hamburgers on that day. Why that specific day? Why do you have to have that stuff? And why all this stuff about food? Holidays consist around getting presents and food. Thanksgiving, you have to eat turkey or ham or stuffing or anything, or stuff like that in that area, or you're weird. And if you don't eat hot dogs or hamburgers, or I guess maybe pork or something like that on 4th of July, you're weird because you don't eat that stuff. Why? Why do we have certain foods to certain things? Like, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like, what does hot dogs have anything to do with America being born? They don't. It's ridiculous. There's nothing, like, related in any way. We just like to eat that food, so we come up with a holiday around it. You might as well just come up with a random day in February and call it National Pizza Day and have everybody eat pizza. And you know what? That probably is a thing, just maybe not in February, because we have, like, a national holiday for everything. We have a National Nothing Day, and it just so happens to fall on my birthday, January 16th. It was made so that Americans there was one day that they didn't have to celebrate anything. Well, congratulations, but why? It's not anything special. Like, why is that a National Fruitcake Day? Who likes fruitcake anyway? Why do you have a whole day centered around it? National Donut Day, that's probably a thing, too. Okay, why don't you just eat donuts any other day of the week? Oh, I know, because it's really unhealthy. Just like Thanksgiving, you eat like 11 tons of food, and on any other day, that'd be like way too much overeating. But on this day, you're like, oh, it's completely okay. If you're on a diet, be like Thanksgiving. I thought you were on a diet. Oh, I am, but it's Thanksgiving, so I get to shove everything down my face. Why? Like, it makes no sense. If you take another look, Martin Luther King Day. Why on January 16th? Sometimes it lands on January 16th, sometimes it doesn't. But, why do we celebrate that day? I mean, obviously, he was a huge, like, important thing, but we don't even get school off for it. I mean, we don't do anything special for it. We just kind of talk about Martin Luther King at school. And if you work on that day, like everyone does, you don't mention Martin Luther King at all. So it's like, why is that even a national day? Like, it makes no sense. And Valentine's Day, it's a day that you go out and buy your person that you're in a relationship with, or if you're married, flowers or candy. Again, with the candy! What the heck? But, like, why on that one specific day? That should just be out of love, not because you have to do it. Like, you're obligated to buy anyone that you're in a relationship with a card that says, I love you. Why? On that specific day, it makes no sense. Let's take another look at Easter. Again, you get candy. All of these holidays are centered around food, except for Christmas. That's the only one I can think of that's not centered around food. And that's centered around making your parents buy you really expensive stuff. Why? Why? Makes no sense. I mean, like, if you look at, if you look at, something, like Easter, it's a little less creepy than Halloween because you don't just knock on random people's door and ask for candy, but you still ask your parents to buy you stuff for one specific day. Okay, if an alien's landed on this planet and came to us on Easter or any holiday for that matter, they'd be like, you people are weird, I'm out. Because all you do on Easter, if you really think about it, it's about Christ being reborn from the dead. So what does that have to do about anything with a Easter bunny hiding eggs in your... like, hiding eggs around your house that have candy in it that you have to search for, then you can eat the candy. Why? What does that have anything to do with Jesus at all? I don't even know why we celebrate that day specifically, because, I mean, like, some people aren't Christian and still celebrate that day. Why? People aren't, sometimes they're not any religion, yet they still celebrate, you know, something like Christmas or Easter or something like that. Even though there's, like, why? Why do we have those days that are just kind of, like, weird that you get an excuse to do something that you wouldn't do any other day? Makes no sense. That's my little rant about, I guess it's not really a rant, I don't know, it's just kind of questioning, like, seriously, if aliens came down to our planet on Halloween, and they saw us dressing up in really weird costumes and knocking on people's door, they'd be like, man, this society is screwed up, I'm out of here, goodbye. Like, why? Why would you ever do that? Like, on any other day, it makes no sense, it's just really creepy. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give me a like, it really helps me, and, Comment down below what you want to see next on this channel, and also, if you have any other holidays that I forgot to mention that are really weird, tell me in the comments down below, and if Dominic is watching this video, if you have anything else to add, maybe you can make your own video, because seriously, these holidays, if you really think about it, make no sense. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and, goodbye, I guess. I don't know. See you in the next video.